we didn't hearken to God, right? So it said curses came on a group of people because they didn't listen to God. Now my question to y'all was, could we find this in the Bible? All of y'all said we cannot find this in the Bible, and that's okay. My sister, Sade, hold on, Victoria. I want to ask you, can we find this in the Bible? Can we find this in the Bible?
I don't think so.
She don't think so. Now everybody say we can't think so. Watch this, my sister. Read on. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Now the Bible says a group of people going to serve their enemies, and the Lord going to send those people those enemies. Read. And hunger, it says you're going to serve your enemy for the food that you eat. Read. And in thirst, it says you're going to serve your enemy for the water that you drink. Read. And in naked, and you're going to serve your enemy for the clothing that you put on your back. Read. And in want of all things, and everything that you lack, you would have to go to your enemy for. Watch this though, read. And he shall put, hold on, read it slow. And he. So it's not talking about a devil, it's say and he. Your enemy is a he. Read. Shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What will my enemy do? Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What will my enemy do? Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What's going on right here, y'all?
You know,
is this not black history right here? This is black history, right? Y'all seen Roots?
Yeah.
Y'all seen 12 years of slavery?
Yeah.
Right? Did not we have Joseph Iron on our neck? So if we had Joseph Iron on our neck, the Bible just said a group of people were going to have Joseph Iron on their neck for being disobedient. Then who are those people?
I guess it's not.
You understand what I'm saying? I asked y'all, could we find this in the Bible? Did we not just read this in the Bible? We just read this in the Bible. Now watch this. Look at this sign. Read verse 64. Y'all see this sign? You got something called a transatlantic slave trade. Y'all heard of that before? Have you ever heard of that, Brother John? You ever heard of the sub-Saharan slave trade? You never heard of the the trans-Pacific slave trade either, have you? You ain't never heard of none of that, but it's right here. It's right here. Watch it. Read verse 64. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. Watch this, sis. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth. He gonna scatter us from one end of the earth. Did not we come from the coast of Africa? Or a majority of our people came from the coast of Africa. That's why you call yourself an African American, because at one point in time you knew that you came from Jerusalem, because that's what Jerusalem is. It's in Africa. So it says he scattered you from one end of the earth, read, even unto the other. And there it says, and once you got scattered, read, thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Now, it said we're going to serve another God. This is my question to both of y'all, because y'all still here. Who is this? Move over there, soldier. Who is this? Who is this, my brother? Right here. But check this out. Can I not find this in every church? Some of us got it tattooed on us. Some of us got it on our chain. Can I not find this image throughout all our community?
Some people don't believe in the same God as we serve.
Okay, but check this out, sis. Do you not think this is what we all believe as a collective? Let me ask you, do you believe in this? Okay, all praise. Do you believe in this Jesus? And it's okay if you say yeah, because I'm not out here to shame nobody. What we're here to do is, you see how we didn't know that was in the Bible, but we open up the Bible, we can find our history in the Bible. So that means if we didn't know that this was in the Bible, it's a strong possibility that you didn't know that your Lord and Savior looked just like you. Because throughout, yes ma'am, but check this out. But this is what we see though.
We see white Jesus in the church.
Exactly. So now we got white Jesus in the church, but we think he black. Do that mean something off of what they teaching us in the church?
Yes.
So what we gonna do though, my sister? This your daughter?
Yes.
What we gonna do, my sister? Because guess what, how you is, Sade?
35.
You 35, I'm 33, right? If we continue to live like this right here, she gonna grow up and she gonna think the same thing. Right. She gonna continue to do the same thing. Because we only can do what we see. Only thing she got is you as an example. You understand what I'm saying? So watch this. Read that in Corinthians 11:4. 1 Corinthians 11:4. I'm gonna show you something. Because this is a lie, my sister. This is a lie. This tells us that we can celebrate our birthdays. This tells us that we can celebrate Christmas. This tells us all things contrary to what the Bible actually tells us. The Bible tells us that Jesus Christ is a black man. The Bible tells us that the way that we conduct ourselves must align with what the scriptures tell us. You feel like you can wear what you want to wear?
Well, I do wear what I want to wear, but you should wear what you want to wear.
Right. Let me ask you this, though. I like what you said. Do you think God gives you the privilege to wear what you want to wear?
No.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You ever heard come as you are?
That's the type of churches I attend. Come as you are.
But check this out. I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to come back to this. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5, and then I want Timothy 2 and 9.
Bring it out.
Is the milk?
No, he not going to put you on nothing, sis. He not going to put you on that. We got that out there. You see, Malachi, turn around real quick. You see how he got that on the front of him, that camera? That's for our safety. That's why I say that we ain't putting nothing out. We ain't gonna put you on nothing you don't want to be in. All I want you to do for my little sister and you, I want you to hear what this Bible say. Because guess what? And I know you listen to my sister. I want you to hear what it's saying because guess what? All of my people, we believe in God, but we don't have a proper understanding of our Lord.
I need to feel what you're saying.
You feel me? Watch this. Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman.
The who?
The woman.
Who we talking about right now?
The woman.
Watch this. Read.
Shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What that mean, my sister?
Y'all trying to put me on
No,
blast.
no. Watch this. Go to Leviticus 19 to 17. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that to you. I'd be lying if I say and I did that. I wouldn't do that to you. You, my sister, I'm going to tell you something. We never had nobody correct us to tell us that we was in error to get us right with our one true God. So when I come to you, when I correct you, when I tell you that, it ain't going to feel right. You remember you said you want to feel it? You just felt it. But when you felt it, it didn't feel good. When we read this Bible, and I ain't shooting at you. You my sister. I want you to listen.
Baby, I know
You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't to shame
I know
you.
how to correct myself. I'm okay.
All praise to the Most High God. Watch what this say though, read.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
So it say, brother, but you my sister. I'm supposed to hate you in my heart, in my mind. Watch this though, read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
It said I don't supposed to suffer you to live in sin. I'm supposed to come to my sister and say, hey, look, sis, according to what the Bible say, the Lord don't like that right there. The Lord wants you to move like this. That's what our job is to do. It's just for too long in our community, we don't have this, sis. We got a church, that's why I asked you, we got my mama and my stepdad was a deacon, right? In every church, they tell you, come as you are. When I started opening up this book, it started telling me I couldn't come as I am. I was a whoremonger. I'm dealing with 4 or 5 women. I'm married. You feel me? I still can come to church to do these things. When I started opening up the Bible told me that I can't do my wife like that. The Bible told me I couldn't come as I am. The Bible said, man, you got to change. That's what's wrong with our community. We have not had anybody to come forth and say, hey, look, it's time to change according to what the Bible say. You understand what I'm saying? Go back to Deuteronomy 22 and 5. That's why we out here. That's the only reason why we out here, because our people don't know. We some.
But you can't tell nobody to change. That's something they gonna have to do on their own.
Get Ezekiel 3 and 17. You right. But check this out. So what do we go to church for? Ezekiel 3:17 and then Malachi 2 and 7. What do we go to church for, my sister?
I'm listening to that.
Okay, but I'm
He put me on front.
no, I ain't trying to put you on Front Street. I'm trying to build with you. We having a conversation.
Well, let me listen to him.
Okay, watch this. So I'm gonna tell you, we go to church as a collective to get answers and to get solutions, correct? Watch this, read.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning. Give them warning from me.
The Bible says we gotta go out and give our people warning.
And that's what y'all do.
Exactly. Now go to Malachi 2 and 7. Because when you go to church, you're supposed to be getting this, sis. You're supposed to be getting answers.
That's why I stopped going, because I went.
You weren't getting no
wasn't
answers.
getting
All
this.
praise to the Most High. And that's what we trying to show our people. Because I've been in my whole life. I ain't got no answers. When you look at our community, it's still gun violence. How we still marching saying no justice, no peace, right? But on every neighborhood, our community is 8, 9 churches, but there's no solution. There's no solutions. Crack still in our community. Fentanyl destroying our community. Still single parent households. Still brothers jumping in and out of our sisters. Why is that? Because the church is not giving the solutions to the people.
And every church different.
Yup. Watch this though.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Watch this.
For the priest's lips,
Or the pastor lips, read.
should keep knowledge, and they
And the they is the people. Read.
shall seek the law at his mouth.
So let's just say we see an outbreak down here in Mobile where it's just constantly gun violence, a lot of murder, right? They just had a Mardi Gras. It's called Murder and Mardi Gras, right? When the community see that, they supposed to be able to go to the church and say, well, why is murder plaguing our community? The pastor supposed to be able to open up the book and say, well, we ain't got enough love in our community. Ain't nobody correcting nobody no more. The man, they done moved the man out of the house now. The woman by herself, she got to raise the children by herself. There's no more order. There's no more structure in the household. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's supposed to be going on in our community, but we don't have it. So now when we go to running rapid and we just living how we living, we wonder why we stay in shambles. It's because we ain't got this one true book and it's not being taught. So that's why we come out here to show our people, look, you can change. You can have peace. Because we know that we are broken people. Get Isaiah 61:1. We are broken people. We ain't no, we the most beating down people on the whole planet Earth. We're beating down. We've been marching. We've been taking beating after beating after beating after beating. We get up, we stand up a little bit, we get beat right back down. Watch this, Isaiah 61:1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Unto the meek.
He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
The what?
The brokenhearted.
See, the Bible say our people are broken people. That's why we come out here. It'll never be to shame our people and destroy our people. We know our people have a sense of urgency to love God, but we also know that there's no understanding in these churches to properly show you how you're supposed to love God.
And not just the church. Sometimes we start at home as well. Like me,
True.
I didn't grow up knowing God. Like
True.
in the house.
Right?
So when I do decide to go to church, when they get the, speaking the word, sometimes I feel it.
Right.
And sometimes I don't.
Right.
And when I don't feel it, I just feel like I'm out of place.
Right.
Just being honest.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with that, sis. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to be straight as your brother. I wouldn't go to no church. The reason why I wouldn't go to no church, because every church in our community is founded right here, and it started right there on plantations. But so dig this. If my slave master was a 7-day Adventist, I'm a 7-day Adventist. If my slave master was a Muslim, I'm a Muslim. If my slave master was Pentecostal, I'm Pentecostal. You understand what I'm saying? So all the understanding of God we learned with a whip across our back. You understand? Because they told us slaves obey your master. But the Bible say he that leadeth into captivity got to go into captivity. So we don't know that. Meaning the people that put us in chains and sold us as slaves, the Bible say they got to get that same judgment for what they did to his children. We're not teaching this in church though. That's why we out here. So I want to go back. Read Deuteronomy 22, get Peter's, 1 Timothy 2:9, about modest. I'm going to show you something. Did you know that the black woman and the Hispanic woman, they lead in sex trafficking? Did you know that? But why you think we lead in sex trafficking as a whole, my sister?
I can't help it.
Okay.
I think that.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to help you out. Our sisters are shaped different. They built up different.
And they are too.
They very curvy, right? And how our sisters operate, we show everything that we got. Now check this out. You ain't up here to show me this. You ain't come up here to show me this, right? That's just what you put on. You understand what I'm saying? But let's just say we got 10 pedophiles over here. What you think on his mind when he see you like that?
He wanted that. Guess.
You understand what I'm saying? Now check this out. If 10 of them see you, now you ain't tell nobody to come do nothing to you. You just got up this morning, you just got dressed, you put some on because it's hot, you came up here to go to the store with your daughter. You ain't had nothing on your mind, but you probably thought your hair looked nice today, I ain't gonna lie. You like you just got it did. But check this out, your mind ain't on, oh, I want somebody to come do something to me. But guess what?
Dress like this every day.
And that's perfectly fine. And I know you don't. I can tell that you don't dress like this every day. You look like you just put on something to come to the store real quick. But we gotta understand, when we go out here and we move it around, it's people that don't think like you.
I understand.
It's other people that look at you and say they're gonna easy target. That's why the Lord said this. Watch this, read.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. And like manner also, that women adorn themselves.
Ordain means to cover themselves, read.
In modest apparel.
In modest apparel. What you think modest apparel will do for you if you covered in modest apparel? I'm gonna tell you what it'll do. Just being honest, I come from being a whoremonger, or what they'll call a player, right? If I saw you when I was on the other side, I said I could probably shoot my shot at her. That's what I would think.
If I was covered up.
If you was covered up, I wouldn't think that. I look at you way different. I'd be like, nah, she got her stuff together. Especially me being I'm on some street stuff.
I mean,
I'm like,
you can be dressed just like this, and you still can have your stuff together.
no, and I'm not saying you don't. Because you're right. Get it in a man gate. A man gate in what it is. Watch this. So you know how they say you can't judge a book by its cover? Now check this out. If I was out here in a police uniform, right? I had a badge on, I had a gun, I had a police uniform on. What would you think I am?
I guess the police.
Because of what I had on, correct? So dig this. By default, we automatically judge by what everybody look like. We automatically do that because of what we see. This in the Bible. Watch what the Bible say. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 29. A man may be known by his look.
It say a man or a woman may be known by what they look like. Read.
And one that have understanding by his countenance.
And his countenance is a man's face to tell you if this brother have understanding, or his mindset will let you know if this man have understanding according to the Bible. Read.
When thou meetest him.
Come on.
A man's attire.
A man's what?
Attire.
A man clothing what he got on. Read.
An excessive laughter.
And him laughing. Read.
And gait.
And the way that he walked. That's what gait means. Read.
show what he is.
It shows what he is. So dig this. If all of us was out here in dresses and high heels and we walked with a switch, you would think we would. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So guess what? In the Bible, there's a certain way that the Lord say.
So me being dressed like this, y'all think?
No, I don't think anything.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you what I think about you when I see you dressed like this. I think that you don't know that you God chosen people. Right. That's what I think. Right. Me personally. Now did this though. Another brother on the other side, he ain't gonna think like I think because he don't know that he God chosen people. So he gonna look at you as an easy, quick fix. That's what he gonna look at you like. So we out here to share you. If you don't want to be a prey because you got a daughter,
so look,
talk to me. Yes, ma'am.
So if I had on some jeans,
I wouldn't say jeans either.
Y'all would have never stopped me, right?
No, I would have stopped you too. You want me to tell you why?
Y'all wouldn't be saying what y'all saying.
Yes, ma'am, I would. Watch this. You said jeans, right?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 20:25. I would have stopped you. I'm gonna tell you this. Even if you had on a long dress, I still would have stopped you.
You'll be preaching.
I still would stop you. Want me to tell you why? Because if I was to ask you what was your nationality, I think that you still would tell me you wouldn't know who you are. Are you a so-called African American? Your dad a black? Okay, now check this out. When you look at this sign, watch back, soldier. Look at this sign right here, sis. You see where it say Jude at? The Most High God never called us African American. We were called African American after they whooped us across our back. Africa is a white man named Leo Scipio Africanus. Amerigo Vespucci is where we get America from. You understand what I'm saying? Them two men cannot lay down and reproduce a seed. So the Lord called you Judah, which means the Lord's praise. That's what God called you. You understand what I'm saying? So I still would have asked you because I don't know. I would have asked you still. It wouldn't have mattered what you dress like. I just know in my community, in our community, we don't know that we God's chosen people. So I'm gonna ask you either way it go. Until you would have came up and said, "Oh no, I know him from the tribe of Judah," and then we would have had a different conversation. But I still would have called you up here and talked to you. Watch this. Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertains unto a man.
So it say a woman, she don't supposed to put on the same clothing as men, right? What would that be, sis?
A knife.
Okay, a dyke. And I like that you said it. A bull dagger. Now, what do bull daggers do? They dress just like the man, right? So dig this, right? I got on pants. All these men out here got on pants. I have a zipper on the front of my pants. That's for me to use the bathroom. Now, if a woman got on pants, why does she need a zipper?
The same. I mean, I gotta use the bathroom.
Now dig this. The Lord gave our sisters dresses.
That's what we supposed to wear dresses.
So all you had to do is pull your stuff down and sit down. You would never have to unzip this. Because when the Lord say the woman don't wear that which pertains to a man, pants belong to men. You ever heard the saying, I wear the pants? What that really mean? You the what?
Well, in some cases, they say they wear the pants, they say they the boss.
There you go. Or they the man, or they the head of this household. You understand? So why would pants be symbolized to show masculinity, but a dress is made to show femininity? It's because it's a group of people that know we're not supposed to be dressed like this. We're not supposed to be dressed like this. So when you said if you had a pair of pants, I would, because the Bible say our sisters not supposed to have on pants.
Well, if I had on a dress,
uh-huh,
would you would have stopped me?
Yes, ma'am, because you see these right here? What are these called?
What did you tell me?
Right, they call fringes. They call fringes. So I would have knew, like say you had a dress on. If you had a dress on and your shirt and I would have seen these on the bottom, I would have said, she know who she is. Ask her to come here and ask her why she ain't know we got a school down the corner. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we out here for. I know just by looking, when I look, I can look and see who know what and who don't know what. Because the Bible just said a man's gait and what he wear, it tells you what he know. You understand what I'm saying? So when I saw you, I said, my sister don't know she's special. You know that you're special? What makes you special? Get Deuteronomy 76. What makes you special, my sister? Nah, it ain't to shame you, because guess what? You feel special. You know that you royalty because you come from the lineage of Jesus Christ. That's why we naturally feel like we the SH. We naturally feel like we the SH because it's just naturally in our DNA to move like that. But we think we the S. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Most of our sisters think they the shit, or they think they special because how big their butt is, how many men like them, or how many people trying to get their number, right? Most men think they the SH because of how many women they lay with, how much money they got, how big their rims is, right? So when I ask you why do you feel special, the Bible tell me why I feel special is because of this right here. Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means set aside. So the Lord said he got a group of people that he set aside only for himself. Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So he told you, I chose y'all to be special to myself. Read on.
above all people,
Read that part again.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So he said we're above all people that's on the face of the earth. Now check this out. Do not we still march for equality? We march for equal rights, right? But the Bible just said we're above all people, so why would we want to be on an equal playing field? The only reason why we want to be on an equal playing field is because we do not know that we're the children of Israel. That's the only reason why you would want to be equal to somebody else, because you think they the standard of beauty, or we think that they better, but the Bible just said, no, you better. You just disobeyed your God, and now you don't even know what we're going to turn it. We don't know who we are. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why we out here. If I was to ask you, and I'm going to show you, do you believe we know our heritage as a people, our customs?
I don't know
Read Jeremiah 17:4. You say you don't know yours? I didn't know mine either, my sister. I didn't know mine either. Because for instance, right, we celebrated Christmas. We celebrate Thanksgiving. I look like I'm an American black too, right?
Yeah.
But check this out. You see this one right here? Where it say Reuben at? My people Seminole Indians. My dad is a quote-unquote Seminole Indian. We look the same. You got the brothers right here, the so-called. I know you do. Want me to tell you why? Because when this land was already the Native American land.
Right.
We celebrate the slaughter. When we celebrate Thanksgiving, we celebrating the same slaughter and the murder of our own people. That's why 90% of blacks gonna say they got Indian in their blood, because they reclassified the Native Americans and the Seminole Indians as African Americans. Because when you see all the pictures, they mostly in black and white. But Indians, black is my brother right here. They get dark as this, we don't see that. We got so-called Mexicans get black as my brother. But we think we different people. The only thing different is they put us on a different slave ship. They went to the Hispaniolas, they brought us over here to the Americas. But the so-called Mexicans, the so-called Native Americans, they was already in this land. You ever heard of the Clotilda? That was the last slave boat that came to America. Watch this, read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine inheritance that I gave thee.
So the Bible says we left the heritage that God gave us. That's why we think it's okay to listen. Think about it. You know who Cardi B and Gorilla Glow? Why would we want a song saying that we F nigga free? Or why would we want to hear our children listen to stuff about what color my this part is and what color my this part is? That's not normal. But we think that's normal because the Bible says we did what?
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy inheritance that I gave thee.
That's why we don't know. We think all of these things are normal. The music that we listen to, it affects our thinking processes in the way we operate ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Because think about this. Her name Megan Thee Stallion. You know what a stallion is? A stallion is a male horse. That's what it is. So she says she Megan the male horse. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, but it goes back to we don't know who we are. So my sister, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you something. As a daughter of Sarah, with understanding that you one of the children of Israel from the tribe of Judah, should you be having on pants?
No, I step on the dress.
All praises. And your daughter's supposed to be the same way.
Right.
You understand? That's why we come out here. We don't come out here to shame nobody. We come out here to give you something that you can work with. Because think about this. I got different issues that I deal with, right? Putting on the clothes and dressing, this easy. But I got things right here that I got to work on mentally within my mind that ain't so easy. So the small things that we can get our family to work on, like you say, put on a dress, that's easy for you, right? But we got a school and we got an organization for the heavier things that you might be dealing with. Because do you think depression plague our community?
I have depression.
You feel what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. Do you smoke?
Cigarettes.
Now check this out. Why you smoke cigarettes? I smoked cigarettes I started smoking cigarettes at 11. I started smoking cigarettes when I found out this. I was 24 when I found out about it, but I was roughly about 25 when I stopped smoking cigarettes. Right? Why you think you smoke cigarettes? I'ma help you.
I know why I smoke them. I ain't gonna say that calm my nerves and nothing like that. It's just a habit that I do.
Now check this out. That's why I say I'm gonna help you. So when I smoke them, because they make my mouth taste nasty. Even when I smoke weed, it made my mouth taste nasty. It made my breath stink. I ain't like that. You understand? Then when I go do time, we ain't got cigarettes down the road. When I come home, it'll strip my throat because it's fiberglass. So I had to go back through stripping my throat and getting used to how it tastes and how it feel again because I'd have been gone for so long, right?
But
So
if you was gone for so long, why would you come back and do it?
because that's the thing that we do, sis. That's the thing that we do. Because guess what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I was looking for something to cope with. I was looking for a coping mechanism. That's the only reason why we do the things that we do. Because check this out. Check this out. If that building was burning, right, but it was just smoking there, would you just go stand in the smoke? Because it could kill you, right? So smoke inhalation can kill us. So why would we smoke the cigarettes that also could kill us? Spirit in us, when we hate ourselves, We haven't been taught to love ourselves. That's the only reason why a person would do that is because we hate ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? You know what it means to have an op? An op is an opposition. There's 1 Timothy 2:24. An opposition is an op, right?
Right.
Timothy 2:24, right? Those that oppose themselves. 1 Timothy 2:24 and 25. I'm going to show you that. The Bible say we're supposed to come out here and instruct our people in meekness, those that oppose themselves or those that hate themselves. That's what the Bible tells us to do.
Yeah.
All right? That's
25. 2:25.
It's Second Timothy 2:25. Watch this, sis. 2 Timothy 2:25. Read that.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 25. And meekness.
And what?
And meekness.
Meekness simply means in obedience. So we got to come out here and teach in accordance to what the Bible say, right? Read.
Instructing those.
And then we instruct them. Like I showed you. Look, my sister, the Bible say you got to put on a dress. I instructed you on how you're supposed to dress, right? Watch this. Read.
Instructing those that oppose themselves. That oppose themselves.
Opposition, or the word op, it simply means oppose. It simply means that we're enemies to our own selves. You wouldn't sit down right here at a table with me and play Russian roulette. You wouldn't do that. But we'll smoke the cigarette that say may cause cancer. Why do we do those things? We do those things because we have not been taught to love ourselves. You understand what I'm saying, my sister? So that's the first thing we got to do, and that's what get rid of the depression. We gotta learn to love ourselves. You gotta learn how to be enough for the Most High God. And when you learn how to be enough for the Most High God, you're gonna learn how to love yourself. That's how you're gonna learn how to love yourself. The Lord told you that you're special when you're holy. He told you gotta put a dress on. That starts with you loving yourself.
Well, I'm gonna have to go. I ain't trying to good job.
Now you good, my sister. This is what I want to leave you with. Read 30 and 18 in Deuteronomy. 30 and 18. 30 and 18. Lord's will, you take that flyer, you look at the information, you can call us as well. But I want you to take heed to it.
I'm listening.
And all praises. When I say take heed to it, you got a dress at the house?
You about to make me, I ain't trying to be funny, but you about to make me walk off.
Okay, okay.
You keep throwing it at me.
See,
And I'm the only person that's out here with y'all.
listen though, you don't think, check this out, sis, you don't think nobody can hear us?
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you ain't got to keep throwing it at me. Like that.
Watch this, yo. Read what you got. Go to Zechariah 7 and 11. 7 and 11. Hey sis, I promise I'm not attacking you. Remember when you told your brother you said you want to feel it? Man, I'm telling you, get Hebrews 4 and 12. I'm gonna read that. I ain't even gonna do that because it ain't there. That's why we gotta be in meekness. I ain't even gonna go out with the big guns. I'm gonna read Hebrews 4 and 11. 12. Watch this. So what we gotta understand, watch this. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of God is quick.
So the Bible say the word of God is quick. Read.
And powerful.
And what?
And powerful.
So it say the word of God is powerful. Read.
And sharper than any two-edged sword. Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Man, listen, you ask for it. You gotta be careful what you ask for, man. You gotta be careful what you ask for, man. The sister said she wanted to feel it, bro. Did she say that? The sister said she wanted to feel it, man. We ain't out here to shame our people, man.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word